I made this sling bow a couple of weeks ago. I've not shot it yet, so I'm going to give it a go today. If you don't know, sling bow is basically a catapult or a slingshot that shoots arrows. Normally you shoot arrows from a bow, crossbow. You can shoot them from a slingshot. Benefits of a sling bow is obviously the size, compact, which is helpful if you're camping or hiking. You can easily put it into a pack with a takedown arrow or two. But also practically, if you are hunting, not in the UK, it's illegal, if you're hunting with a bow out of the field, you know, it's not going to snag on trees and bushes. It's quite compact and, you know, it's pointable. It's quite good. Okay, made out of old plywood. I've done another video, you can look it up on how I've made it. But it's basically 3 layers of wood glued together, shaped to fit what's called a whisker biscuit at the front, which is basically bristles to hold the arrow in place. Bands, I've used TheraBand Black, which is like an exercise band, but it makes an excellent catapult slingshot elastic. It's very quick and it works very well when it's hot and stays really hot. The grip is like a pistol grip, and I've just rubberised it just to help hold it, painted it black. The thing I also made is an arrow nock holder. Instead of having a pouch like you get on a normal catapult or slingshot, I've actually made out of paracord it's basically a nock. You hold the arrow in there, and there's a little knob on the end just to hold it. I don't like release aids that attach to your wrist with the trigger. I'd rather just hold it and just let it slip through my fingers. Just shoots with normal arrows, basic arrows with a normal knock. And as you can see, the arrow just slips onto like that. Okay, you can see there's a slot in the slingshot. The reason for that is these are normal target points. If you wanted to use different heads, they can just slip through there. Aren't going to damage your bristles of your whisker biscuit. Like I say, just hooks on there, hold it. I'll normally hold it with this finger and the others wrap around it, and just like archery, I can just draw it back to, slipped off there, you could just draw it back to where you'd normally aim in archery and release it. I haven't got the target set up yet. The target I'm going to use, basically a cardboard box stuffed with rags. Works. Right, I'll go and set this up and then we'll see how it shoots. So I'm shooting at a distance about 15 yards, so it's not a massive distance. I'll just give you a demonstration. Slingbows are accurate up to about 25 to 30 yards. That's the downside to slingbows, whereas a conventional bow, recurve or long bows, you can hit targets up to 100 yards, no problem. With compound bows, accurately up to 100 yards, but 25-30 yards is about the limit on these sling bows, accurately. Black band's very easy to draw back. That is a drawback. I wish I put gold on them now, because it's just too light. It's fine just for testing. I'm definitely going to put gold on this. The reason it's like a cylindrical tube is to protect the whisker biscuit. Sometimes with sling bows, the bands and the knock or the pouch will slam into the whisker biscuit, travel through it and damage it after time. So I quite like this design. I stole it from a chap called George Squaves, quite famous slingshots on YouTube. But it works really well. I like it, I like the design. Also, I find it's good for aiming. When I aim off the top, where the bands connect on the left-hand side. But also, you know, a lot of problems with bows is keeping them, sling bows, is keeping them straight. You know, if you draw it back like this, that's going to affect accuracy. Whereas by having this cylindrical tube design, I can draw it back, I can look at the top arrow band attachment, I can also make sure that the tube is straight, which really helps with accuracy. That's another drawback with a conventional bow. You've got a consistent knocking point, consistent holding it at the bow in a certain way, so you tend to get consistent shots, whereas with a compact sling bow, the slightest millimetre movements can send the arrows off course. But like I say, this design, I really like it. So round sort of, you can't hunt with any type of bow or arrow in the UK. There's an exception to bow fishing, but I won't go into that. It's got to be, you know, not on the land, off a boat, and so many whatever distance at sea. But basically, you can't hunt with a bow in this country. You can, parts of Europe and America, Canada. I think the nearest place to the UK is on the continent. You can go to Bulgaria and hunt with any type of bow. This would be an ideal sort of thing to put, you know, in your package when you go out there. As you can see, it works. 15-yard grouping. Wouldn't expect anything less, really. The only criticism I've got is the black bands. They're just too easy to draw back. I will go with gold. I might go triple. I might go as strong as I can. So about sort of 7 inches long with triple gold. I think it's going to double the power of this. And be able to see a better impact on the target. Hope you like the video. Hope you like the Slingbow. Like I say, check the other video out and it will show you how I made it. Be safe.